guys, what's going on?
Hi guys, it's another episode of Still Listening
Single
Single Showdown.
It's the final episode of the Single Showdown.
It's the last.
Up, guys.
It's over. It's been nice, and I don't think it's gonna work out.
Yeah, we haven't really been getting a lot of views recently. So
Don't tell him.
we're gonna be shutting down.
But yeah, you know the drill by now. You loyal watchers. We listen to music.
The likes to dislikes ratio isn't great.
We wish we were lying.
A lot of comments, actually. A lot of comments.
Yeah. Anyway, there's gonna be a few songs, maybe 5, maybe.
Six.
See how we'll get 6.
Six
if we get
whole
there.
songs.
And we're gonna listen to it. There's no Jules today because Jules is poorly. Can we get an No, no one cares about Jules.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's that. Let's crack on with the show, shall we?
Why are we glad?
So she can sing the music.
Okay, cool.
The first song for this episode of the Showdown is FKA Twigs with Drums of Death. That was FKA Twigs with Drums of Death. What do you all think?
Not a massive fan, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think the songs from this new album are actually really amazing. Yeah, what didn't you like about it?
I don't know, I kind of just thought it was a bit sort of a bit techie for me.
It's a bit too
It
techie.
was just a bit sort of just like it was fun, it was enjoyable, but it's not something I'd listen to, I don't think. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think?
I really like that. I've never been into FKA Twigs, honestly. Probably because I like Twilight too much. And I think that...
Is she in Twilight?
Nah, she used to go with Robert Pattinson, but then I think he was pretty
okay.
shit with her, and I just like...
She's gone out with a few people, hasn't she?
She
was with Shia LaBeouf as well.
Oh yeah, that's
I
weird.
remember that one.
But this shouldn't just be a gossip show.
Anyway, so this song is really, really impressive. I think I had reservations at the start, but then as soon as the beat dropped, and the beat dropped, I just thought it just got so like guttural. You know what I mean?
I really like the glitchy kind of the things you probably didn't like about it.
I liked the glitchy bit. I thought that was really fun, but I thought the rest of it just felt very sort of garage band, and that's all right.
And I think she produces a lot of her own stuff, so it's like, you know.
So I should cut her some slack.
Yeah, you should really. Like, I've liked all the singles off this new album so far, and I was like, this album does have potential to be like 100 album. You know.
Really?
I think so. Like, she's definitely like at the peak of what she does.
Spoiler, but what is that FKA Twigs song that's in like our top 10 songs of the year?
Oh, it's that You Sex You Are?
Yeah, I listened to that yesterday.
It's great.
That's an unreal song.
Yeah,
well.
like,
the
video is brilliant.
It kind of felt a bit soulless.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think soul is what she's going for.
I can feel a bit of soul in it, though. She's got an amazing voice, but it doesn't come across like super in your face until like the choruses and stuff that she puts in, and then I feel like her vocals then have a bit more of a soulfulness to it.
Interesting.
But you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
I'm right.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what scores are we giving it then out of 100. I think I'd probably give it like an 88 actually. I was trying to think like where would I listen to that and where would I most appreciate it. And I do think like if that came on in a lot of different environments, I would really like it. In the club, at the dinner table, on the bus ride to work, on the bus ride home to work. The kid fits everything.
Walking around the city.
With my noise cancelling headphones on. Yeah, so 88 for me. What about you, Eliot?
I would, I don't usually give high scores on this show, but I really appreciate everything she's done so far for this new album cycle. And this one, it's just interesting pop, and like I can't really fault it too much, so I would give it like a 90.
90.
I'll give it a 50. I think it's
Fuck off.
It's just pop, really, isn't it?
I don't think it's just pop. Okay, I like Sabrina Carpenter because she sounds like Dolly Parton.
Yeah, man.
That was so long ago.
That's pop.
Right, and I was a little bit drunk, guys. A little bit drunk at the time, but I stand by that. I'm still giving it 50. I don't know. I just think it's,
I don't think we really drank in that episode.
I was sober actually. Yeah, but I think it was. I just kind of felt like it was. It missed a bit of joie de vivre, I think, guys.
Say that again.
Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre.
It just missed a bit of joie de vivre.
That's too fancy for me.
What does that mean?
Joy of life.
Yeah. Okay. 50, 88, and 90. On to the next song.
No, we're just blasting through them. The next song is Ichiko Aoba with Green. That was Ichiko Aoba with Luciferian,
Luciferian thing.
Luciferian.
I thought that was bloody brilliant. That was really, really lovely. I think it was very enchanting. It's very sort of I don't know. It's very like otherworldly. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I agree.
I get what you're saying. I think that's the thing, like, she's a Japanese artist, and I think that's the thing with like Japanese music. You always get like this like otherworldly element to it, where it's like taking stuff from like Western culture and making it like their own in a sense.
Better in many cases.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
yeah, I think it was so hopeful as well. I just think she just has such a great grasp on like how to like really get the most out of like a whatever scale it's in. Am I using the right word? What am I talking about? The way that the like melody follows itself up and then follows itself down. I feel like it tracks a real journey throughout the song, and like it is on the longer side, but it doesn't ever feel too long because it's constantly like chasing itself, and it feels like you're in like a meadow chasing the melody with it.
I totally get what you mean. Yeah, like it feels like a wave or something.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's just what I thought.
I was literally about to say. I feel like
no, you said that really articulately.
Thank
like,
you.
It was very good.
I really loved the instrumentation on it. I love it. I don't know if there was a harp in it, but it felt like there was a harp, or like maybe even like a harpsichord or something. It had this like really.
It was just so ethereal, really, wasn't it?
Pretty.
It was really sort of like sparkly. What's the word? Like effervescent.
Yeah, like pretty treble.
It was very bright and warm and light. It just felt like you were looking at the sun or something.
God, I felt so soothed as soon as we started listening to it.
Nearly knocked out.
It was such a contrast to the FKA Twigs.
I think it was so much better.
Yeah, I completely agree.
We scored that one high. That was
no. I think. Well, exactly. I think today's a strong day for the showdown.
Yeah,
ending on a high.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, that was bloody gorgeous.
I would like to give that one a 90.
90. Wow. Yeah, that does sound.
That's the kind of song I would listen to every day, and I'd be happy to do it.
Yeah. It makes me really look forward to like when she puts out that album. I'm guessing like, it's going to be really nice.
Yeah,
lovely that.
For the first song of a new album as well. Like, what a way to start it off, for sure.
Well,
like, what a way to open into the world.
I mean, we've got a lot of that this year. I mean, look at Fontaines, for example.
Yeah, best track of the album.
What about Fontaines?
Their first release track of their Starburster. Yeah, what a
yeah, Starburster is a great track.
Also, you've got You Should Not Be Doing That by Almond and the Sniffers. Best track of the album, first track of the album.
Anyway, what would you guys give this out of 100?
You've given it a 90.
I'll give it a 90.
I'm going to give it a 90.
Wow.
I'm also going to give it a 90.
Bish,
We're all very
all right, guys.
on the same page today.
No maths today.
No maths.
Quick maths.
All right, guys. We're listening to LCD Sound Systems. System?
No. System.
That's what I said.
Or maybe it just sounds like you're saying.
Anyway, guys. The next track is LCD Sound System, X-Ray Eyes. Okay, guys, that was LCD Sound System with X-Ray Eyes. What do you think?
Terrible.
I initially thought it was fucking shit, but as it went on, I really enjoyed it.
Did you just descend into hysteria?
Yeah, I did. I really think it was like exposure therapy. The more I listened to it, the more I started to like it. X-Ray Eyes.
Okay.
Sorry, who was dancing to it and making a little choreography?
Right.
Yeah, me included, but it was you two.
I wasn't.
Just saying.
Anyway, go on, Eliot. What are you going to say?
I want to say that I kind of agree with you in the sense that it's so bad. I kind of like really bad music. Like, I do. Like, I was like something like Friday by Rebecca Black. Like, if something's really terrible, it's got some kind of like weird charm to it.
Yeah, like I still listen to What Does the Fox Say?
Oh, that one's irredeemably bad.
But that song was definitely the worst song we've ever listened to on the showdown.
I disagree.
X-Ray
by a mile. It was so uninspired. It went on for a horrendously long amount of time. It was shorter than the last track. And it felt like it was like 5 times as long.
It did.
I mean, we had a whole conversation about Stardew Valley during
Exactly.
So,
yeah. And we shouldn't even come to the conclusion of what it is.
What, Stardew Valley?
Yeah.
Let's not.
It's a beautiful farm simulation game.
Can we just talk more about that? No, I mean, I thought Yeah, I hated it so much. Like, so much. Except when they were going...
You did a
Like,
great little choreographed dance to it, though.
Yeah.
It's like you'd prepared it in advance.
All I did was...
Yeah.
Elliot's easily impressed.
It's going to be the next
He's got
Apple
class.
dance.
X-ray. I know the X-ray.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that was really awful, and I'm never going to listen to that again in my life.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think you can't keep saying garage band,
100.
garage band, and not tell me that's not
wasn't
garage band.
That was absolute dog shit.
That was so
There was no
good.
way that wasn't
Right.
like, that was like worse than garage
That
band.
was so cool.
You
compare the like epic production on that FKA Twigs track to that.
I think
Which
that's
is
pretty
like
similar in
James,
quality.
what's his name? James Murphy. It's like he like literally took a fucking dump
Like
and then put it out. Like,
Chaz or something, wasn't it?
no, that's the guy from Torrent. Inwa.
Oh, right.
It's James Murphy.
Yeah.
Or James, is it James Murphy?
You know, I think it was
so.
inspired, actually, the more I think about it. I
Inspired.
think it was inspired. Just to have warranted this reaction out of you means it's worked.
Well, listen, if
Maybe.
Yeah.
the general sense of monotony could be a pushback to our attention deficiency in modern society,
Bars.
but it probably isn't. It's probably
Like
they
a
just wanted to get a load of
Kendrick
money. Also, you used to have seen them live relatively recently.
I thought they were excellent live. I thought they were one of the best gigs I've ever seen live, but that was because they just had a really good crowd presence.
I thought that live, it's like, just, yeah. I've only got so many words about why I hate LCD sound systems.
All right, let's just go to numbers then.
100.
No fucking way.
I can't possibly know. I would probably give it a 70.
That's
70?
shocking.
Yeah,
I don't.
really liked
I
it
just
in
feel
the
like
end.
you're committing to the bit here. Just admit that
If
you
I was
hate
gonna-
it.
no,
Yeah,
actually,
admit that it's
I
terrible,
shit
man.
may, I thought it was good near the end.
Oh, all right.
Will you ever listen to it again? By choice?
No,
No.
of course not.
You
I wouldn't
can't-
listen to a lot of
No.
songs by choice. I never listened to bloody that horrible. I don't know. I won't go on about it.
He
But
doesn't like talking about them
Let's
anymore.
not talk about it. I'm gonna give it a 20.
what,
Dude.
dude?
Elliot.
I'm giving it a big fat 0.
You are not.
I am.
You are not. It's so cruel, isn't it?
You know, I read stuff online of people being like, is he, you know, trying to take the piss out of the Dare, because I think the Dare kind of was ripping off his vibe.
Oh yeah, he was.
But, so maybe this was like a take piss song.
Music news,
But either
guys.
way, it was terrible.
I mean, we've got a great written review of the Daz album on our website.
No, it's a gig review.
We're a gig review.
It's a great gig review where he slags off the Dare.
Is it? I've never listened to it.
I like the girls who do.
You'd love it,
I
man.
do know that one. Oh, would I?
Yeah.
Because you like the girls. Full stop.
Probably.
The next song is "Courting" with "Pause at You." That was "Pause at You" by Courting. What do we think?
I have a feeling he hated it.
I thought
But-
that was more what I expected LCD sound to sound like in the last song than they actually did. Than what I expected. I think they sounded like LCD sound systems, is what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah, well, the vocals did at least. I think the backtrack is brilliant. I think it was really, really good. But the vocals are just sounded like sort of the same old.
I'm surprised. I thought you would hate it.
Why? I love all music.
Yeah, I love everything. I know an embarrassingly a lot about Courting.
Really? Why?
Yeah, they're from Liverpool. So
Oh, yeah. fair
I've seen them a
enough,
load of
yeah.
times. I've got a really embarrassing story about me and the main guy.
Go on.
Go on.
Oh, it's so
spill the
embarrassing.
beans.
Tell us.
I bumped into him in Manchester when I was out, and we were.
I'm your biggest fan.
No, I didn't. I was like, oh, you're the guy from Courting. I just saw you last week in my magazines, and literally put you in the
Yeah.
magazine at the moment. And he was like, "Oh, sick. Where are you from?" Because I was like, "I've seen you in Arts Club in Liverpool loads." And he was like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Liverpool, just like you." And he was like, "Oh, whereabouts in Liverpool?"
Where's your accent?
Yeah, but I grew up in Chester, but my family all grew up in Roby Huyton or Roby Heighton, whoever you talk to, it changes. But I couldn't remember the name of that place in the moment. But I was like, that's really embarrassing. I can't not remember where I'm from. So I just went, "Oh, you know, how's Marsden?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Hominosom." He's like, "What?" And I was like, "Homson." And he was like, "Homson." And I was like, yeah, in Liverpool. And he was like, "Where's that?" And I was like, you know, like, just like quite far out of Liverpool. It's like North Liverpool. And he was like, "I've never heard of that. Like, I don't think it's in Liverpool." And I was like, it is. And he was like, well, to be fair, I hate these people who like pretend they're from Liverpool and they're from like Chester or something. And I was like, I hate that too. And then I was like, oh, sorry, my friend, gotta go. And I literally was
That is so embarrassing.
Man, that's sad.
How sad was that?
Yeah.
So now I can't ever listen to them again.
You played yourself, yeah.
That song actually was great. I personally didn't like the last album that much. Sorry, King. And they used
it was a really polarizing album, wasn't it?
I wanted to write a bad review about it. We wrote a good review about it.
Oh, not the album, the track.
Yeah. That track. Yeah. That's better than anything they've put out in the last few years.
I agree. This is, you know, I want to listen to the rest of the album, but like that second album was really polarizing because they were like, using more auto-tune and like trying to be a bit poppier but in an emo-y way. Where their first album was definitely more on the backs of like bands like Squid and bands like, you know, in the post-punky thing. It was more post-punky.
I thought it was a really good album, actually.
But this new album, the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one's great. Like, and the second one has its merits, but I have a feeling this new one's a bit of a combo of both. You know, and that first single off this new one's like fun. You know, there's definitely seem to be like just getting better and better as they go on.
I really think they found their niche kind of, which is like sort of cringy, almost cool.
Yeah.
Like indie rock.
They're kind of underdogs, and you know, it's like I have a soft spot for them. You know, and compared to a band like Divorce, who I have a soft spot for whatever reason, like Courting are actually really interesting, and like, you know, all of the stuff they seem really involved and really like just like good guys, except for that time you met them.
I was the embarrassing one, not them. Yeah, I don't know. Because I remember seeing Facebook beef about their use of auto-tune as well. I think they were in like Denmark. And like someone. Well,
they've been around for a little while now, though. Maybe like 3-4 years.
Yeah, I think
maybe
more
longer.
Than that.
Yeah,
I remember seeing them a while back. But yeah, like they were in like Denmark or some shit, and then someone was like, "Don't come to Denmark and put so much auto-tune on. I hate it." And they were like, we're going to ramp up the auto-tune. And there was a whole thing when they were like, fuck y'all, we're going to ramp up the auto-tune. I saw them out of town and played the cowbell for them in the crowd.
Really?
That's
pretty cool.
Not last year.
Not last year, the year before. That was pretty fun.
We'll go to that this year as well.
I've got a good Courting live story as well. Like, I went to see them with Sam, and we saw them at Dingwalls, and literally the whole venue was like falling apart. There was like water dripping everywhere, like all over the equipment on stage. There was like, I swear there was like sparks and shit, and like they had to stop playing, and the gig couldn't have gone any worse for them, but they killed it. They still managed to like put on a really good show. Like, so they are a cool band. They're a good band.
I love to hate them, and like whenever anyone talks about tennis, all I can think about is their song Tennis, but secretly I'm like, I think that they're all right, honestly. They're pretty good. I don't know. But to be fair, last time I saw them was in Liverpool, and it was full of 16-year-olds. I shit you not, doing like MD in the toilet. And then in like one of the mosh pits, some like 14-year-old got hit in the nose. There was blood everywhere.
Hell.
But then he went back in the mosh pit. I was like, my G, first rule about mosh pit, if you get hit and you're down, get out. So yeah, that was annoying.
Nah, spread the blood about. Get back in there.
Yeah, spread the blood about, man. What would you give it? Super fan.
Not a super fan. Let's not go with that narrative. 84.
84.
Wow. 84. Wow, that is high.
It was a bit high, but I said it.
You can't take it back. Yeah. Hey, what about you?
I don't know.
She loves them.
Whole... delete. Should I just start saying slurs? So we have to delete this bit.
Nah, you've already.
Edit around them.
You know the drill.
Elliot, what do you think?
84.
I'd give it an 80.
What the fuck?
We're going pretty high.
I'm feeling generous today.
Oh, I would have given that. I think I would give that 60, 69.
Really?
Oh, that's pretty high for you.
Yeah.
65 maybe. Actually.
You just said 69, baby.
Oh,
yeah,
69.
you already said your score.
And that number is pretty funny.
Jonnie, do you want to announce the next song?
Sure. This is Squid with Crispy Skin.
That was Squid with Crispy Skin.
Squid Game!
I would say right off the bat that might be the best Squid song I've heard, you know.
That was excellent.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was exquisite.
Like,
Mm.
exquisite.
You sound like
Bloody brilliant song that was.
That was bloody brilliant!
Actually.
You sound like Harry Potter.
That's what I was meant to do. That was Ron Weasley.
Yeah.
Bloody hell! So yeah, that's pretty good.
It was alright, that was. Oh, and the brass came in at the end.
Yeah,
I love the brass.
there were so many good bits in it, like the start of it with its like Nintendo-y type synths,
It's a me.
arpeggios, and then when it like, you know, the first bit of it, and then it goes down into a much more like quiet kind of like
Tense.
yeah, exactly, and then it builds back up, and then like you were saying, like with the horns at the end.
I've got another funny story where I embarrassed myself with a cool person.
Go on, then.
About,
So
Maggie.
I went to see Squid at the Troxy, and I went to the party afterwards at the George with them, because my friend was playing with them, and I hadn't got my glasses on when I was watching the gig, and I didn't know them very well. I just knew they were really good, and I was walking to the George with some guy, and I was like, "So, like, did you catch the gig?" And he was just like said nothing, and I was like, "What did you think?" Like, I feel like some songs are a bit shit, but like most of it was good. And he's like, "I'm actually in the band," and I was like,
Wow,
that was great. It was really
that's
great.
really bad.
I know, but
That is like
they're just
the,
met.
that is
They
the
are a
worst
bit
thing.
shit.
you
Oh,
can do,
listen.
really.
I'm sure he didn't remember it. I'm sure he had a great night.
I'm sure he'll remember that for the rest of his life.
I bet he
probably.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he probably will.
Who am I?
I mean, you
Literally,
are an
I don't
editor
know.
of a music magazine.
And you're also just like a stranger who's told him the truth. A lot
Yeah,
of their songs are
exactly.
shit.
Oh, you don't even know them.
I know, but I'd never heard them before, and I liked it.
They
But
covered
I didn't say that to his face.
Yeah, I mean, I did. They did cover Vroom Vroom by Charlie X.
Yeah, that cover of Vroom
XH.
Vroom Vroom's really good.
I mean, I missed it. I was in the fucking smoke.
Oh man.
Damn.
That's why you don't smoke, kids.
That's right. Because you call someone in the band a shithead or something.
Crispy skin. Does that make you feel weird?
No, I just had a bit of I had a shiver. I shivered earlier, guys. Not to make a big thing of it. Crispy skin.
I love the artwork for this one with the weird fucking.
Crispy skin, if you will.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like, is that a squid? No.
A squid? Are you mental?
It's a
It's fucking
scorpion.
It's a scorpion.
It's a Scorpio.
Let's talk about scores on the George door.
George Door?
What's that saying?
On the doors?
On the doors.
Who the fuck is George?
George
Who the fuck
Dodge
are
is
you?
the
I'm
guy
about one above
from
that.
Shooting Stars. It's a good reference.
Thank you. I tried.
I love Shooting Stars. I
Yeah,
wish
that-
you don't know that show. That's funny that you know that phrase, but not the show.
I'm a woman of many mysteries.
Hey, do you guys have anything like nice or articulate to say about the song?
We did! I thought it was grand. So,
Grand.
Grand 6 minutes. How'd that make you feel?
I thought it was as long as it needs to be.
Longer than 6 minutes. I think it's like closer to 7.
But strangely, it felt much shorter than the LCD Soundsystem.
What was it?
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, like
X-ray. No, I don't know anything.
Out of 100 then?
I would give it a 75.
Hmm.
If not
Okay.
higher.
Well, you just
fact-
said...
well, it's too late now.
Whatever. Shut what? You shut.
Shut that front door, sister.
You know what? I don't like throwing around high scores, but I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 90 because it was.
Pull on my neck.
I think it might be the best song they've ever done.
Bloody hell! That's good. That's good.
Alright. What am I going to give it? Yeah, I'm going to give it 87.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was definitely like the most ambitious and just well put together thing. Kind of combines like some of the best bits of the second album and is like more like reserved vocal approach on that with like the faster, more like actually like fun kind of energy of the first album. And and they experiment a bit more with like synths and stuff like that. It sounds great.
I think with Squid, like...
And it had a real emotional depth to it too as well, actually.
You can always tell when something's a Squid song, but none of the songs really sound too similar. Like, I think they do like polymelodies and polyrhythms so well. And I remember like when Future Bin song came out, like that's just, it was like one of their scraps from the recording session that they almost threw away, and then they released it, and it's one of their most like listened to this day, and it was just one of their like, oh, let's forget about that. I just think they're so talented.
Yeah.
So yeah. And yeah, definitely. And Squid Game. All right, cool. Next song then, yeah?
This is the last song. Last song of the showdown.
Last song of
and
the
last
showdown.
song of the year, in
Last
theory.
song of the
That'd be a
showdown.
good one.
Last showdown.
Eliot, I think it's only right that you announce it.
Cool. It's Clipping with Keep Pushing. Alright, that was Clipping with Keep Pushing.
What do you think, guys?
Thoughts?
I like them
Yeah.
because they have in their Spotify artist about information a quote from Scream 2. And I love Scream 2.
Have you ever heard any of their other stuff?
Well, I heard his work in Hamilton.
Fuck
Thomas
off.
Jefferson's going home. I thought it was really good. I don't listen to that sort of music normally. I do think it lagged in places, and then it switched up maybe like a fucking 10 seconds too late.
Yeah,
It lost me.
I agree with you there.
Because the rapping was pretty slow, and I think they told a great story. I don't know, like the pace was just a little
does
bit
have
too
a
slow.
slow spoken kind of style.
And I
That's
appreciate
really
that.
I just thought it was really well spoken, like really sort of like pronounced. Like,
Yeah, he's really good at that.
It was sort of like really,
He was on Broadway or something.
It was like he was on Broadway.
Bloody hell.
He really pushed. I think the speed was pretty good, but I think it was just like the sort of the over pronouncing of all the words made it seem a bit slower, maybe.
Yeah.
But I thought like the beat switch to even to the violin at the end was great.
The violin.
Or like the sort of
tinkly
tinkling.
drums.
Oh,
Yeah.
delightful.
Oh.
Delicious switch.
Kind of like 70s hip hop type drum type sampling.
Yeah, exactly. But I think
Yeah.
again, like the vocals were too clear for it to fit into that category.
I like the synthy bass that, it starts off on a like really strong foot, but then I think you're right, like it kind of just like loses something by about like a minute and a half, but then it gets it back a little bit. But maybe the strings are a little bit out of place, because I think a lot of their other stuff is a lot more abrasive, a lot more noisy, and a lot more like abstract, and if anything like more interesting in the sense that it's like bordering on art. Like they've got a song called Work Work where they've taken a sorry, I'm gonna cry. They've taken like some marbles and they've put them in like this metal can, and you like taken all the samples of the marbles hit in this can and use it as like a drum kind of basis. So it's really interesting sounding percussion, because it's like it is innovative and like experimental and sound art in a sense, where that was just like a basic synthy part.
It was like a bop it toy.
Yeah, it was like just a pretty standard track.
Yeah.
It wasn't very like innovative, or compared to say their last album, which was like very horror themed. So yeah, it was all right.
I think even the end, like the violin at the end, I think it's been done before.
Yeah.
Tracks as well. I don't know if it's just like something they were inspired by or something just really enjoyed. I mean, it was well auditioned, but yeah, it didn't really feel very unique. But maybe that's not what I'm looking for right now. Maybe I just want looking for a good song. I mean, it was a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty fit. So I'll listen to it again.
And so for that.
That one's for you, ladies.
And man, bloody hell. So, our scores on the doors, people. Out of 100, would you like me to go first? That is so kind.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go for a 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
64.
I think I'm going to go pretty low on this one. I think this will be my lowest score. I gave a 0.
-10.
I'm going to give this one a 60.
I'm
nice round 60.
Yeah, I was going to give it a 60 as well.
Bloody hell.
Nice.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
Anyway, this is the first and only time we're ever going to agree on a score, I think.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful world we live in, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a great way to end the showdown.
Yeah. Well done, us.
Don't just show down. Why don't you show up for your friends in need?
Your friends need currently working for Still Listening magazine. If you could please visit our
Currently volunteering for Still Listening magazine. Thank you very much.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to rate 5 stars. Drop a comment down below to ask what kind of guest you want to see on the show. Human,
spoilers,
animal, sludge.
Should we say something about next year?
Yeah.
Well, if we say it, we have to do it. So it depends if you want to.
Next year, we're rebooting. We're gonna get a table.
We're getting a table, guys.
Like that. That's
we're getting a table. We're getting chairs. We'll get proper mics this time.
I won't wear my pajamas anymore.
Most importantly, we'll get a special guest on every time, and we might get rid of one of us.
Comment down below who you think that should be.
Let us know in the comments.
Who you think we should cull? It's the culling, bitch.
We've already culled Jules. So.
Jules isn't Polish, she's dead.
We're also going to bring back drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
All right, because this was done sober, and you might be able to tell.
Johnny's crying.
I am not feeling the creative juices flowing today, guys.
And we're going to do another separate thing. So
Like,
keep an eye out for that.
So you can see us all in.
Yeah, so you'll still be able to see all 4 of us.
And if you want to ever meet us in real life, Eliot's address is...
No, come to our free gigs in London at the Seabright Arms every month with Big, Richards, Records. There's a bingo and shit. You get free stuff.
There's a bingo and shit.
And bands.
And bands, I guess.
In last place, it's LCD Soundsystem with
X-Ray.
30.
Eyes.
X-Ray Eyes with 30.
They scored 30.
30.
In second last place, it's Clipping with, what was that song called? Keep Pushing. And they scored 61.3.
Wow.
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's pretty mid.
I feel like that's, like good mid.
Yeah.
Good mid.
Very middle.
In fourth place, it's Courting with Pause at You. And they scored 77.6.
That's good.
Pretty good score. We've got a lot of good, consistent songs on here today.
Yeah, I think it was good. Good choices from me.
I don't know, dude.
I'm just the best.
What can I say?
Don't get rid of me, guys.
Yep.
We're in Eliot's house on Eliot's sofa. Don't get rid of me,
If
please.
you want me to go,
Well, we
just leave a comment
today.
No, not at all.
Shit.
If anything, you two should be the ones who stay on it. Then.
Don't say it. Say it ain't so.
All right.
You can get a human table.
In third place, that'd be a bit weird. In third place, it's FKA Twigs with Drums of Death, and she scored 79.
Nice.
Interesting.
And I feel like she deserved a higher score, but because of Jonnie, it let the scores down.
On me, all right? I'm bringing you guys back down to earth.
Yeah, listen, to be fair, 4 or 5 for that track is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I was wrong.
In second place,
it's Squid with
Crispy Skin.
And they scored 84, which is a pretty high score for the showdown.
It's a very high score considering they came second place.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means in first place we have
Ichiko Aoba with
Luciferian.
Luciferian. Just songs.
And she got a 90.
90.
Which is a
solid
fat
90
score.
because I did watch Eliot do 90 plus 90 plus 90 divided by 3, which is
90.
That's absurd that you did that. That's the equivalent. I went on holiday once to Portugal, and somebody,
I don't think good.
And somebody was trying to translate the 2 words "flat white" into Portuguese to say to a barista.
No.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That was the show.
Yeah.
If you want us to review your music,
we won't.
We won't.
We won't because you're probably small time anyway. If you want to send us your music, forget it.
No, we're joking. In all seriousness, we will have just released our top 50 lists of the year, including the top 20 EP lists of the year, songs and albums. EP. And there's a lot of cool, fresh, new indie talent in those lists. And maybe Charlie XCX and Magdalena Bay, because we are real humans.
True.
So check them out. Let us know what you think. And
keep an eye out for our hype list, which will be coming soon.
Hype list.
Hyping up the biggest artists or the next big things of 2025.
And we know what we're talking about. You've hit the nail on the head a lot of times.
We have a few times. At least 2 or 3 times.
At least once.
At least once, maybe.
God
anyway,
bless.
guys, bless up. Have a fantastic Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
We're still listening, and you're
still listening.